Hi, the Unhealed Healer, Sandra here, and I'm on tonight to bring awareness to mental health and also drug addiction and how it can really sabotage a path that you may have laid out for yourself. So I just want to make a couple of points about just in general my education and how I had so many visions for myself when I first started out. First, I just want to say, like, as when I graduated high school, I went straight to college and I got my degree. And if you could see here, this is my diploma that I recently paid $50 for, to have it redone because Canisius College went from college to university. They changed their title. And also, when I joined the LaGuardia program for mental health, they wanted a certificate of my college diploma, which is a bachelor's and communications. And my goal was to focus on television, creative writing, and everything to do with storytelling. That was my original goal. And it's interesting because a while ago, Larissa from Be Yoga and Dance, my mentor, had given this little book to us, Start Where You Are. And I remember going in there and saying, what is one thing that you believe that it's too late for you to start over again? And I have it in my heart that I have writing in my heart, that I have the art, the gift to create, and I always hang on to that. That never leaves me. And so I want to bring to that point, like in my 12 step, so this 12-step manifest wheel that I created, and I'll put a link to the video as well that I created on how to create this 12-step, and I'll share with you as well all the manifestations that have occurred that many of us can say, like, oh, that was just a coincidence, it just happened. But no, I really truly believe that it's because of the focus. Because guys, I wake up some days and think to myself gloom and doom and imminent pending danger, and it all, I know, has to do with the triggers of stress, traumatic stress, because whether I want to admit it to myself or not, I am in traumatic stress. When it comes to the point that you are in a state of lack of employment, no money in the bank, and just in general not living in a safe situation or a safe environment, you are in a state of trauma. And that's something else I'm learning. So that I did get another certificate recently from NAMI, focusing on trauma insight. And that was wonderful for me to learn. And that is something that I want you guys to understand, that trauma information, trauma informed practices, all these things are very, very important to me right now. And that is what I am focusing on. And that is most of the content you're going to see on this channel and any post, because that is what I'm advocating for. I'm advocating for mental health, for my peers, for myself, and also being in a state of right-mindedness. And then the other thing I want to show you guys that I also attained was my peer provisional. And here it is, and it's almost going to be done. And this is so sad for me because I studied so hard for it. I passed it. I got it. The attaining of it was also very tough. It was they lost it in the mail. It took a long time for them to get it, and between all that, I had a relapse. I ended up in a short term, then a long term, and all that to say that even with my university certificate, I still owe money on that. And with the professional, thank God, it was a grant, paid through with a grant. But all that to say that all of these certificates, all of this learning, all of this doing, and advocating and getting on here and talking about it, and yet I stand here right now. I am unemployed. I'm still in the I guess you could call it the wishing, where I do wake up every day and think to myself, oh my gosh, how am I going to get through today? And I don't want to bring sadness into this, but I do want to bring a bit of joy. And the joy is in the creating of this manifestation wheel, this first independent peer-led focus group manifestation wheel. And every time I read the 12 steps, and again, the 12 steps are to be read in the present moment. So my manifestation wheel, I read what I want to create, which is my first independent peer-led focus group, of which I am certified in peer-to-peer through NAMI, and I'm also have my provisional. So I am certified, and I've been trained to lead a group or lead groups. And I would read it like this. I would read it, okay, I want my first independent peer-led focus group. And I would read it like, I woke up happy. I woke up happy in the present moment. I woke up happy. I was able to have a nutritious meal for dinner. Like, I am going to have a nutritious meal for dinner. I'm planning this in my head. This is present moment. I know that my mom is doing well today. Whether I speak to her or not, I am saying that in my mind. I know that my mom is doing well today because she's always doing well. She's always positive, optimistic. As much as I know, she is trying just as much as I am to be optimistic and positive. And so this is how I've been reading these 12 steps, and then it would lead to the end, which would be my self-worth is growing. And I know that the work I am doing matters. My self-worth is growing, and I know that the work I'm doing matters, and I know that I'm gonna lead my first independent peer-led group very soon. And so this week, as I did these, I mentioned a long time ago, you guys may know, might not know, but I do talk about my teeth a lot because I'm getting older, and people who live the lifestyle I've lived do have a hard time holding on to their teeth. I know it's funny that I talk about this, but it's true. And so there had been this fear that I was going to lose one of my teeth. My face looked like a chipmunk. I was in a lot of pain. And it was definitely like a root canal type of situation. It was getting denied, no money, blah, blah, blah. And then wouldn't you know it, this week I've been positive. I've been staying optimistic. And they not only approved one, but they approved 2 root canals, which were going on in my mouth. And that is amazing to me because twice they had been declined, and all of a sudden they approved it out of nowhere. And then the other amazing thing that happened this week is that the program that I thought was an end to that program, that I thought, okay, this is not going to go anywhere. I thought it was going to lead me to a job, and I saw it as something that basically I was going to have to let go of. Got revamped, whole new structure, a whole new person to speak with, and I'm back in the program with more optimism, more focus, and being driven by self-awareness, meaning like they're giving me more power to look for my own means. So I need an internship. They're offering a stipend, meaning like the internship is going to be done without being paid, but they're offering me a stipend to substitute for that. And I can look for the organization that I would like to work for, and then maybe approach them to create this collaboration. And so there's the freedom of choice, the freedom for me to choose and look something that would fit my stability and my ability to work with. And isn't that amazing? Sounds like that song. And isn't it amazing? Don't you think? So I find all that as I speak about it wonderful. I'm full of energy. I don't know if you could tell, but I am full of energy talking about this. Whereas before I wasn't. And I could have stayed in the doom and gloom, but I didn't. I chose to pull myself out of that. And that's where we are, peers. We are in the place of you pull yourself out of any state you are, no matter how difficult it feels, no matter how much that doom and gloom wants to hold on to you. You pull yourself out of it for your sanity, for your health, for your friends' health, for your family's health, for your kids' health, for their happiness, for their stability. You do that for yourself so that you could offer it up. And that's where I am, because I am here to offer it up. And I thank God that I can. And I thank the universe that I can. And I am going to say good night, goodbye, and thank you so much. And I'm going to create a video tomorrow that focuses more on yoga practice. So maybe we'll focus on our lower backs. But I will post that tomorrow, and hopefully in the future, this is the goal for the future, to start posting a more scheduled type of video routine, where either for offering a practice, offering meditation, offering a little yoga routine, and mindfulness. All right, guys, I love you. This is Sandra, and I will see you soon. Ciao. Bye.